A very disappointing loss. Lots to talk about. We're going to go back there. We're going to hear from Ted and Marcus. Michael Eaves is getting interviews for us, too. You had called this a must-win game the other night, and obviously the Trojans go down to defeat, so where does that put USC in the big picture? We'll go specifically into this game in a moment, but now big picture stuff. They've lost 2 in a row, another lost weekend in the desert.
It was a must-win, and there's times when you go into an arena like that, they had a chance to win. It was an inability to attack that zone offense. The world hasn't ended. There's a tomorrow, but if Christopher Columbus was here with us tonight, Billy Mack, his palms would be sweaty. We're running out of time. We're running out of games. We've got the Pac-10 tournament. We'll be able to see if they can rebound and they can come back after this, but it's going to be tough. There's 6 games remaining, and we'll talk more about that as we go on.
Yeah, how many do you think they're going to have to win? They're going to have to win at least one in the tournament, you would think, just to impress people down the stretch. On the show, Teddy's our boy, so we like to have some fun with him. What about Taj? Let's go back a little bit more about that.
Well, I thought Taj worked his tail off tonight. And with Taj Gibson, I think the Trojans need to get back to pushing the ball. Taj is a runner. He's athletic. He's long. Pitch ahead, get some easy scores. Here he's got great post move. He just didn't quite finish. And again, that could be from fatigue, but that was early on. Here he's trying to get a piece of the paint, have his target hands, gets fouled, but at least they're getting the ball in. Taj has got to now get busy. He's calling for it. He wants it. Patience, fill a gap. Go up, finishes the ball in the second half. Had 11 points. He was 3 for 6, blocked shots. I didn't think that defensively he was a presence because even though they face guarded James Harden, shell defense is taught 4-on-4, and you still have your man-to-man principles. Got a little bit better, but we're going to need more from Taj Gibson down as this 6-game run comes in order to salvage this tournament run.
Now, if you were with for the post-game show after the Arizona game, Coach had his little chalkboard, and we talked about what the Trojans needed to do to attack this matchup zone that Herb Sendek has his team playing so well. So it's time to tell us why it didn't work tonight, because basically offensive struggles, they were settling for outside shots. They couldn't get it inside. What happened? What did they do wrong?
Well, the number one thing is they didn't beat the zone down the floor. They need to push the ball, get the zone down the floor. I didn't see that tonight. To hear, again, we're just passing it like a machine. Get the ball into Taj. Just movement. There's a little bit of a penetration. Takes an elbow jumper. That's playing right into what Herb Sendek wants. Again, needs some penetrating passes. That's too high. Taj is doing a nice job down low. He had a nice little seal. They missed him. Again, Taj Gibson's like Donna Summer. He's working hard for his money. You got to get him. He's open right there. Get him the basketball. Again, let him fill into the post. Where are you going, Daniel? You don't want to drive baseline. Get the ball to the wing. Let a short corner fill. Not a very good shot. I just think they struggled. There was no dribble penetration. And that's the result of contested bad shots.
There it is. All right, Michael Lee doing his 60 minutes best in there trying to get an answer out of Coach Floyd, who doesn't want to get fined, suspended, reprimanded, all of the above right there. But I think you can tell, obviously, read between the lines. He hated the call. And whether that lost the game or not, as Michael was alluding to, it would have brought them a whole lot closer and made it a whole lot interesting. So, again, ASU benefits 2 games in a row down the stretch charge block, which is the hardest call to make in basketball.
Well, before we get to the diagram, let me defend Tim Floyd as a coach, because the official that made that call was way out of position. As someone alluded to in the broadcast, they thought Daniel Hackett just barreled into him. The referee that was on the baseline, okay, he saw the call. It should have been a block. We don't know if he would have made the free throw or not, but it definitely had implications on the outcome of that game.
All right, there we go.
He can't say it, but we can.
All right, what do we got? We got visuals?
We're just a little diagram right here.
I'm just going to hold it up. And you do your thing.
Now,
ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the coach.
Tim Floyd was right in the sense that the call was wrong, but that still doesn't account to the Trojans making passes all night long from here to here. We talked about it the other night. These are the seams in the 1-2-2 zone. This area right here, and I wish that we would have charted it, but the ball didn't get in there too many times to Taj Gibson. Very seldom did they get the ball to the short corner, which means Kuksix is going to have to either come out or Pendergraph on that slide would go. You need to make the defense make a decision. We played, again, too much on the perimeter. This is the sweet zone, the soft spot. This is where you have to get the ball. A couple times the Trojans had the ball here on the wing and they dribbled, but you have to dribble drive into the seam or the gap, and there's 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the onus is on the player to dribble in so hard that Harden's got to come to help and Kuksix has to come to help. Or as you saw Dwight Lewis, he did that in the first half and got a nice little jumper. Let's take a look at a little video because this is one of the few times that we were able to see the ball get into the paint. As you see it here, that's okay. That's not a penetrating pass. But here, they're just playing on the perimeter. There's a screen. I like Wilkerson trying to block in, but again, Taj isn't screening anybody. They're screening air, not bodies. Again, decent movement, but right now you see Taj is Kuksix. Right there, he freezes it. He lowers his shoulder, he gets position, and we post feed right there, and good things happen when there's 2 feet in the paint. The Trojans needed to do that almost every single time down the floor. Not that Taj should have shot it every single time, but you need to get the ball inside, they converge, you kick it out to your shooters. Taj Gibson, you need to get Keyshawn Johnson's phone number at Heritage Hall and call him because you need to get the darn ball.
He didn't quite say darn, but I understand
It's
the
Fox.
point right there. Yeah. What do you mean it's Fox? No, don't.
No.
Let's get to the Trojans box score before we go back out, and Michael has Daniel Hackett. We can take a look at some of the numbers with USC tonight in the box score. As I mentioned, 4 guys in double figures, led by the freshman DeMar DeRozan.
Well, I'll tell you, DeMar DeRozan has been phenomenal, and he's just starting to assert himself offensively. You know, he's an elite NBA prospect on paper, NBA body, 6'9" wingspan. He's a big-time finisher. He just needs to work on his handles, and become a little bit better defensively. But he's certainly getting better every single game on the offensive edge.
And again, the defense early on, ASU getting the ball inside. Here we go again. Dunk, 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 layup.
Looked a little bit like CP3 and Tyson Chandler. I saw a lot of that. There was a great slip. Marcus Simmons saw him. And again, they're just moving. They doubled. You just can't beat. You got to see man. You got to see ball. No one had him. They lost sight of Boateng of all people. Here again we go, not defending the pick and roll very well. Again, it reminded me a lot of CP3 and Tyson Chandler when I was in New Orleans. Then it just became ridiculous. Layups, dunks, layups, dunks. And again, I wish the Trojans had all that fire that Tim Floyd had at the end of the game, and that's the way they would have defended because, again, the face guarding had nothing to do with it, Billy Mack. You teach shell defense 4-on-4. I had a workout today with about 12 of the best 8th graders in the state of California. We spent 30 minutes today working on 4-on-4 shell. When the ball's on the wing, your head's on the rim and you're in help side. Who's more important, your man or the man with the ball? The man with the ball. Help side defense was non-existent. That's something I know Tim Floyd and staff will correct.
Somebody who is in the middle of most of the action tonight. Final thought on a game where Tim Floyd had another meltdown, and probably for decent reason.
He had great reason for that meltdown. And I had brought this because I thought you might ask me the chances on USC. And right now, their pulse, it's a little
Would
weak.
you explain what that is?
It's a little thready. This is a defibrillator.
Thank you.
And I brought this because I wanted Trojan fans to stay calm.
It's talking to you.
Make sure 911 is called.
It's like Vader.
And if those Pac-10 officials make another bad call like that, they may need the defibrillator once Tim Floyd gets a hold of them. Coach, you were exactly right. It was a bad call. Could have changed the outcome of the game. But again, we need to go 6-0, and we can throw this defibrillator out the window.
Dude, if we come back, you're going to have even more props. We're going to have a whole prop room. Open that thing up again. I want to hear it talk. That's it. We're done. The defib speaking. That's the coach, Dave Miller. Did some good stuff tonight. Great job. Trojans, Wazoo, first game next week, and they need it. The entire crew is hanging out here on a Sunday. I'm Billy Mack. See ya.